Hello, and welcome, my lovelies, to another excellent episode of the Nth Dimensional Show. Tonight, we have something very exciting for you guys. We are going to be doing a practical overview and examples of hacking. So, this is data and relic hacking. In our case, it will be just data, but the same concepts apply exactly the same to hacking. If you like this video and content, make sure you give me a like, comment, subscribe. Of course, gotta please the YouTubes. And I do stream on Twitch every other day, starting around 1 p.m. GMT. So check me out on twitch.tv/nthdimensional or nth_dimensional. And of course, links will be in the doobly-doo below. So, without further ado, let's get to this. So we've landed on a level 2 data site in nullsec, but these same concepts apply very similarly across all regions of space. We also opted to go for a data analyzer 1. Typically, we will run a black glass and integrated analyzer combo because it does make our hacking much more easy to do. But we want to organically run into some more situations that beginner explorers will come across so that we can tackle them together and figure out the right ways to move forward. This guide or presentation will be not as in-depth as it could be. We're just trying to get a little forward push or content out the door so that you guys can start to dip your toes in and know at least a little bit know what you're doing. We will later be making an entire series that goes very in depth from the basics of hacking to the bleeding edge, cutting edge, where we will be reverse engineering the hacking board itself to figure out hopefully where the core node spawns without doing any of the hacking up front. But that's for the future. For now, let's go ahead and just take a look at this lovely hacking board and figure out a few quick, cool tools to make the best of it. So, the core spawn, and I'm going to also assume that you know at least a little bit about hacking, perhaps what the tutorial teaches you to understand what we're doing here. The core spawn prioritizes a one spoke node, and some terminology is a node is any of these things, any of these circles, and a spoke is going to be any of these spokes that come out of the nodes. So, as you can see, the start spawn prioritizes first one spoke nodes, so right here. If there are no one spoke nodes, it goes to a two spoke node, so it could have spawned there and there. Another quick interesting fact about the alternative spawns is there is a high likelihood that there is a white node in either of these places. But anyways, so we also are going to look at the rule of 8. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with this, but what that rule is that on a standard spawn, which this board is in fact, a standard spawn is when your start node is kind of anywhere on the edges or corner and not in the middle. These are going to be 95% plus of your boards. Don't really worry about the irregular spawns. Kind of a lot of the rules get thrown out of the window when you encounter those. So we're just going to be tackling the standard spawns. Unless, of course, we find a random spawn or an irregular spawn. So with a standard spawn, the end node is going to be at least 8 nodes away from the start by air. So we count, and your starting node is 1. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we draw a line here, I'm going to draw a line up this way. So we automatically know that the end node is not going to be anywhere in this top right area, which eliminates a lot of the board, makes things a lot more helpful. The next thing we're going to use, the next trick or technique we will employ, is the rule of 8. So what that rule is, or the rule of 6, my apologies. What that rule is, and you're probably familiar with this if you've done a little bit of hacking, is if there is any harmful node in a 6-spoke node, then it is guaranteed that the core node will be on one of the spoked nodes. Another way to look at this is that the 6-spoked nodes either provide you safe travel or your victory condition. So it is always a good idea to prioritize going along those routes. So if we look at our board, we can see that we have some 6-spoked nodes here, here, here. And I think that's it for this board. So we can kind of already get an idea about what our path might want to be. So I'm thinking we want to go over here and then maybe dip down this way and see what our numbers will be, and we'll either go up that way or down that way. Let's go ahead and start getting to hacking. Another quick little tip is that this first node is guaranteed to not be a harmful node, so we can click it with impunity. The number says 2, which means there is a non-harmful node of something 2 spaces away. This could be a helpful utility, this could be a white node, or this could be the end core node. So if let's click up here, now we get a 1. So this went 2, 1. We know that this is not, and let's go ahead and mark this out. So we know that this is not going to be helpful, and it could be harmful, so we don't necessarily want to go that way. We click here, we get a white node. White nodes have a 50-50 shot of being helpful or being harmful. So you don't want to open them unless you have to in order to complete the hack. We go ahead and continue on. We see 2 now, but we also have access to the rule of 6 area. So we go here, and it looks like a 1 under there. We have a 1 again. So let's go ahead and figure out what helpful node is. So there's something good. There is also a possibility that something could be here. The 1s just mean that at least one thing is that far away, but 2 things could be. So let's go ahead and click here. That looks like a 3. So we know that not many things are going to be over on this right side area. So we'll just not bother with it. We can go ahead and also pick up that node. We go further in, so now we're in the rule of 8 area, and that said 3. So we know we are pretty far away. So if we count 1, 2, 3, so there's a small chance that the core could be up there, but you have more nodes and more possibilities if you go down to the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and start heading to the bottom. We click here, it's a 2, that's a 1, we just keep going forward. We get a shield, we pick that up, and we keep on going forward. So now this is a 4, which pretty much we've eliminated kind of this area and this area. Technically it still could be up in the upper left, but we're going to bet that it's kind of be further in the bottom right. And a lot of this is about kind of statistics and just probability, and you do it a lot. And you just got to go with the highest % chance things happening each time. So here we click 3. We've run into a harmful node, but we can take it out. It has 80 health and 20 strength, and we have 30 strength. So we're going to need to hit it 3 times. Alternatively, if we half its damage, we'll need to hit it 2 times. So I don't think that's quite worth it. Let's go ahead and use our shield instead, and we'll take this out with the help of our shield. That number's 2, so we keep going down. We now have 1, and we've found our core node. And we only encountered one harmful node on the way, so that's pretty good, huh? Let's go ahead and take this out and get our goodies. Looks like just a million ISK there. Not a whole lot. We are doing a data site, which typically don't give you a whole lot of loot. Relic sites are usually better, but that's a different topic. So let's go ahead and move on to our next can. And we're going to just start this process all over. And we're going to do this for the whole site. Or the site probably will despawn, so we might find another site after this as well. Sites do despawn approximately 45 minutes to an hour after your first attempt at a can. So let's do our initial markups. We see that there's a 1 spoke node here, so it prioritizes spawning there. There is a 2 there, which means there's a good likelihood that a white node will be there. And that looks to be about all there is for that. Next, we do our rule of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just to confirm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So here you can see we've eliminated a very good chunk of the board. Next is we do our rule of 6s. So here, here, and here. Also here. I think that's all of them. That's all I can see for now. So let's kind of plan our route, shall we? Let's do it in pink. And we want to probably go over here. There's more options over here. There's also maybe a white node, which could be a little bit helpful. So I think we will go probably this way is our intention. Just head straight down here, and we're going to see if we can make this path work. So we do 4 and then 3. We're in a node of 6 area. 2, and because this is a free one, it can give us a little bit more information. That says 1, so why don't we go ahead and try and figure out where this is. This was 3, so 1, 2, 3. It could be here. It probably is here, in fact. It's not there. Whoopsies. But we don't need to deal with this, so let's just check here. That says 1, so we know that something good is going to be here, but we don't necessarily want to take that thing out right now just to get it. And it's not necessarily good. It is something non-harmful. It could be a white node, in which case we wouldn't want to open it anyways. So we're just going to continue on. Here we have 2, 2, and a harmful node, but it's not too harmful, and it is in our way, and also the core could be right here. So we're going to take this one out. So now we have 1, and there we go. There's the core. Sometimes it's luck, sometimes it's skill, sometimes the line blurs a little bit. Once you do a lot of these boards, you kind of get a feel for where the core should be, and it makes things a lot easier. It's hard to explain, and I'm going to do my best to try and explain it to you guys, especially in the upcoming like full video series. But just know that things like this are routinely possible. We go ahead and take that out, and we're going to grab our loot and move on to the next one. Okay, now let's just do the same thing again. First, the 1 spoke node, and then the 2 spoke nodes, and then we'll do the rule of 6, or let's do the rule of 8 first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this way and this way. And again, we knock out the majority of the board here, which is very handy. Now let's do our rule of 6s. So here, here, nope, not there. Whoopsies. There, There. And there's a good number of them here. Oh, wowza. Okay. So now that we've done that, nice, quick, and dirty, let's go ahead and route plan. I think we want to go up this way to get into this kind of land of milk and honey of the rule of sixes. There's also 3 down here. Going there, we'll encounter 1 rule of 6 area. We could check these back here. That's probably a better plan, just in case we can get any helpful nodes here. When I am going for as fast as possible, I'll probably go over this way. But because we only have 30 strength and we might need a little help from tools or whatnot, we will check out this area down here. So our plan is going to be down this way, and then over here, and then if need be, we'll go up here. So let's see what we got. A 3 to start, and then a 3, which implies to me that something is here. 1, 2, 3, yeah. We have a harmful node. We don't need to take this out, because the only reason we were going down here is to maybe get something good here. We also have a good inclination that something not harmful is up this way. So we're going to instead change our route to be up this way. Here we have 2, 1, helpful node. And then we grab this, and you can immediately use wrenches whenever you get them. Even if your little visual display tops out, you'll still get more health for it. The rule of 6 area, we can click this. It says 1, and we're going to go ahead and keep moving forward. Maybe we'll get something, maybe we won't. We'll reveal a number here, which could be helpful to us. That says 1 as well. So let's go ahead and check this out. It's a white node. We'll also check our next rule of 6 area out. If this is a 1, it's not. So we know now that nothing's there. So no need to go on that. This said 2. So let's check our other rule of 6 areas. 2 and 1. So if this was a 2, that means nothing's there. Nothing's there. Nothing's there. Lots of nothings. But something could be in one of these squares. So let's check this one. It's another wrench. Let's immediately use that. And we'll check this because it is most likely to be a white node. Nothing there, but that's okay. It's a 2, however, so we know now that this is going to be something non-harmful as well. We click that, it's a white node. We just move on. We don't click white nodes unless we have to. So now we're going to get to this lower area of 6. Let's click here. Nothing of value. 2, 1, 1. So now we check the 1 sides and 1 sides, and there's the core. So we just go kill this core. And what I'm actually going to do here is just exit here so that we get another board right away. So let's hack it again. I know, everyone's favorite. We're just doing the same process, nice and easy. Rinse and repeat. So here we have a 2 node spoke. This, or 2 spoke node rather. This immediately shows us that there is no 1 node spoke. Otherwise the core spawn would have been there. So we also mark our other potential spawns because there's a greater likelihood of a white node being there. And that's all of those. Next is our rule of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So make the line in the sand there. This time we only eliminate about 50%, 40%. That's still pretty good though. Rule of 6s next. So here, 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 here. And I think that's all of them. But as you can see, there's a definite area that we want to shoot for. Let's go ahead and do our route planning. our initial route planning rather. And another thing, it's a little subtle, and there's a weird spawning and maths behind it, but to the best of my knowledge currently, you want to prioritize lower spoked nodes. This is because you will find more white nodes along those paths, which sort of means less harmful nodes. So if we take a quick gander here, seems like up this way would be fine, but also up this way would be fine. I'm going to choose to try and start our travel down this way, and then I will cut up this way and see if we can manage that. So on a 2-spoked spawn, if you are new to hacking and maybe don't have a lot of health and strength, I would advise hitting both of these first nodes. They're guaranteed to not have anything harmful in them, and then since you get 2 numbers, you start to get a vague idea of where a non-harmful node will be. So here we saw 4 and 4, which means there's not going to be a non-harmful node on this bottom path. So we're going to reroute immediately. We have a better idea that there's going to be a non-harmful node up this way. So let's choose maybe this route here. I don't want to go up this way. Okay. So here we get 3, 2, 2. So that starts to tell us that the 2 is going to be off this way. It's going to be here or here. So there's something here or there's something here, and I'm going to put a little link to them. We do 2, so now we know that something is here, but not here. But we don't need to go there. We might change our course. We might. Let's see what we can pick up there. So it's a shield. That's going to be helpful for sure. Let's go ahead and use our shield to take down this big antivirus node. Now we have 3. So 4, 4. Ooh, these restoration nodes, when you see them, take them out immediately. They can ruin your entire board if you let them stay up. And what they do is heal other nodes that are not the core node every turn. So we're just going to take this out real quick. We go ahead and continue on to our rule of 6 area. There we see 2, 2. So we've eliminated now like all of this. All that is gone. So we're going to head south. It could be up in this upper left-hand corner for sure. And we're actually going to, well, let's check this rule first. 1. So we'll check there. We'll grab and use our wrench immediately. And we'll check there. So that's 1. And there we have it. Okay. So we managed to get our core. And I think we only hit 2 harmful nodes. And there are a lot more than 2 harmful nodes on this board, I tell you what. So this was our second hack on this board. Let's go ahead and finish it off. Grab our goodies. And continue on to the next one. Of course, if anyone has any comments, questions, concerns, etc., be sure to put those out in the comments. I will definitely answer them for you. I will just reply, I'll make a video, a little response for you, or you can check me out on the Twitch, and we'll go over it together there. On to board number the next, shall we? Let's go ahead and mark it up first. So here we see a 2-spoke node, which tells us that there are no 1-spokes. Looks like there's also no other 2-spoke nodes. So let's do the rule of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So draw a line in the sand. Eliminate a vast majority of this board. And let's do the rule of 6s now. So here, 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 and here. So I think this is a pretty easy board to route plan for. Another thing to note is the lesser towers, the comms towers rather, Ooh, whoopsies. Let's put that back in place. The comms towers are always going to be green nodes. The mainframes are always going to be yellow nodes, and the data pinks are always going to be red nodes. I think it differs like what the names are in low and high sec, but in terms of null sec, the difficulty of the tower is always going to determine the node color. So as for the route we'll take, I think this one seems pretty easy. We're just going to go up this way, and we're going to try and head up over to these rule of 6 areas. Because this is a 2-spoked spawn, hit these and this. That's 2 and 2, which tells us interesting things. It looks like these are telling us about 2 different spawns, 2 different nodes. So it could be, we could have something here, and then also something here and something here. So let's check this out. We have a white node, and we're going to now check this bottom path, and we get a wrench. We can immediately use that. The reason we did this full bottom path is because we want to avoid hitting this node or this node. In the case that it is something harmful, it will then lock out this white node. But because we want to go on this path, we're going to just hit this node anyways and hope there's not a harmful node there, because this is the path that we want to go. It's a little bit better. So there it says 4. We're a long way away from anything helpful, but we're going to just trudge our way through. Lots of 4s. Finally we start to get a 3. We're getting close to something. So this is going to be a 2, 1. There's a white node. So this is where it gets a little tricky to decide. There definitely could be something there and something there. We're going to check this rule of 6. That's a 5. That tells us a lot of information about both of those nodes. Now we know that nothing is there and there, and we can keep that white node open for help if we need it. It also tells us that we want to get away from this area ASAP and start heading downwards. So I think we're going to actually go all the way back here and go down this bottom path. Only harmful nodes can be in this whole area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think that almost solves it for us. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like nothing good is in this area. So we could go either down here or up here. And I want to go, let's actually go up to this top area. We also missed a rule of 6 here. So we click this rule of 6. It's 4. It's starting to go down. That's good. Let's go here. 3, 2, 1. And there you have it. All right. It could have been a crapshoot of whether it was this one or this one. But as you can see, we can start to narrow things down pretty quickly. We're going to go ahead and trash this board and do it again, just so we get a little bit more practice. So from the top, are you with me? And again, we will go into a whole YouTube series more in depth about why the things are the way they are. But this is just, again, a very practical, we're running through examples here. Hopefully we come up with interesting situations the boards will present us with that you guys will get information from and be able to use in your own hacking practices. So, 1 spoke node right here. Let's look for any of others. There's 1 here, and any 2 spoke nodes. Well, here's a 1 spoke. No 2 spoke nodes though. Rule of 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we go here and up this way. Rule of 6s, and I'm going to go a little bit quicker now here. So 6 and 6, and now we do our route plan. let's do this way. Let's see what gets us something. 2 1 1 1. So check out these. Use a wrench. Go downward. That says 3 2 2, which tells us something's probably here, but we don't necessarily care about that. 3 harmful node. We don't need to take that out, so we're going to check out these other avenues. 3 2 1 1. Something's definitely here. Another wrench. Let's take that. Another one, and there's a core node. Take the goodies, move on to the next. Now we're gonna finish this up pretty quickly. We'll still do all of our markings though. So here, and dun 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 dun. And 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay. Change to our lovely pink for the route. Definitely want to check this stuff out. And then we want to go over here. Hit 2 and 2, that's 4, which means we want to go forward. Get it? Forward. So there's a 3, there's a 2. We definitely want to continue up on this upper area. We get a helpful thing. We're going to check here as well. 4. Continue here. 1 1. Check the 1s and 1s on each side. We take the wrench and use it immediately. Check out these other rule of 6 areas. 2 2. Here we go. Because I think this is the first time this has happened to us. Because there is a harmful node here, we are guaranteed the core to be one of these areas. So we take this out, and then I don't think it's here because of the numbers we had up there, so we actually know it's not there. We're pretty sure it's not there because of the numbers, if I remember correctly. Let's take care of this one. There you go, there's the node. And we can go ahead and use our subsystem as well. We got it, and maybe you have a little less health than I do, and you can take that down, no problem. Oh, I actually forgot to fail that one. So let's do this one. Hopefully we can remember to fail it so that we can do it twice. We have a 1 spoke spawn. There's a 2. There's a 2. Rule of 6 or 8 rather. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay. And then rule of 6s. Okay. And route planning is something along the lines of up this way. We see 5. That's gross. Getting our safe spot. We're going to alter route now down this way because this is a powerful node, and we still have good routes down this way. 3 2. So now we have a decision. It kind of depends on what your health and life are, which one of these you want to take out. We have 60, or rather we have 30, so we can take this out. We can take 1 damage from this, 1 hit rather, so 40 damage, 1 hit, and then take it out because we have first strike. Here we can take it out in 3 hits, so it's going to be equivalent for our strength and health. We'll take 40 damage regardless of what we do, and it depends on which way we want to go. I do like this upper route better just because it's what I initially chose, so we are going to take this out. So then we go to the rule of 6 area. It says 3 3 3 2 2 1. Getting maybe close. There's something harmful. Something could be here. It's a wrench. That's nice. Let's just go ahead and move upwards. Yeah. We're going to keep going this way. It could be here, maybe. One. Oh, now I'm getting a pretty good vibe. This was a 2, so we know that it's not here. Something could be here, or something could be here. Let's check here. So harmful nodes there. I want this one. I have a good feeling that it's here, just because I've done these hacks a lot. So we take that out. Oof, that hurts. So that number was a 2, which means it's not here. And something is definitely here. So now we have to take this out. But we also need a little bit of help. So let's go down to these other rule of 6 areas. Oh, okay, interesting. So we got our rule of 6, and we just now have to actually take this thing out, which means we need some help. It's going to do 40 total damage to us. We only have 38 life left. So let's go backwards and see if we can get a little help. So there's a 1. There's a white node. There's a 5, so nothing is going to be anywhere helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like this big old radius here. That's approximately right. Nothing helpful is going to be over there. So let's check out this other lower area. Nice. We got a vector subsystem, which is going to end up doing 60 damage to that, which will, I think, get us into the victory area. So yeah, now it has 30 life. We have 30 damage. We take that down, and now we just need to hit the core. We get another vector, which makes things a lot easier. We get a white node, and we get a core. And this was the first time I hacked this board, so let's go ahead and cancel that. But there you saw, things went pretty wrong for us there, but we still managed to eke it out with a Data Analyzer 1. We do have a lot of health, so that certainly helps us, but I believe in you guys. Also, you have 2 hacks on all of these cans, so you should hopefully be able to get a better board if you happen to not be able to succeed in your first. Alright, last one for the videos. Here you go. We turn to yellow. We move our pen. We start marking it up. A 1 spoke, a 2 spoke, and that's it. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw the lines in the sand. Mark all of the rule of 6s, and once you get good enough, you don't actually have to mark anything. You just start to know what 8 nodes away is, which isn't, I don't think, that difficult. And also you can see the rule of 6 areas and also the spokes and all that jazz. Now we do our route planning. We obviously want to probably go in this rule of 6 area and get any helpful nodes for us, and then we will trek on down to the mill area. That way we have good access to left and right if need be. So let's start. 5, 5. Well, lots of 5s. So nothing in this area is going to be handy. We're going to plow right on through. 3, 2, 1. White node. So because I don't want to block this white node, and there might be something bad here and here, we're going to check out this bottom left area first. Well, we got blocked there, so instead we're going to go over this way. Got blocked there. And at this point, I'm okay with hopefully not blocking this white node by going there. Another white node. Let's continue. So there's 3. Now we know we have to go upwards. This thing is going to block us a bit unless we go over here and check this stuff out. There's a helpful node, and 1, 1. So, oof, it's one of the worst nodes you can get. We're going to use our halving suppressor to lower it to 30 life, but what this does is reduce our strength to half, or rather minus 15, which in this case is half. But we can take it out in 2 blows, and there's 1, and there's the core. So there you have it. We finish that off. We take our loot. We are rewarded with a cool 18 million in that last can. Thank you, Nullsec. And that concludes our presentation. I hope this was helpful for everyone. Again, any comments, questions, concerns in the comments or at the Twitch chat every other day, starting approximately 1 p.m. GMT. So that's Eve time, or Switzerland time, maybe, Iceland time, and somewhere over there. But yeah, I think that's all I got to say. There will be more. We will be doing a something very similar to this, but for scanning next, and that's just to get some videos out to you guys, because I know you guys are itching for them. You want to get your toes a little wet, dip into exploration, have a good video to show practical examples of what actually happens out there. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you on the next video. Okay, bye!